Alright chappies, that's somebody fixing it, so hold on. I need to take you into long-term storage or the dump. So I keep all my stuff I either don't need or won't need for a while. But right now, I need a 68681. At least some I can borrow one off of. Borrow one off of that. These don't work, by the way, so it's the very faults on them. Yeah, borrow that off of that. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, looks like they'll clean up. That's what System 5 looks like when it's really old. There's another one there, hold on. Yeah? Get enough of that. It's got a 6821 on it as well, cool. That. Okay, so yeah, right, so I've got my spares. Right, so what was that all about here, you ask? Well, it's about this. It's a Maygay M1. You can see where I got the Russian chip from that was in the yellow board. Right, anyways, I'm just starting on this and I need some spares for it because we need a 68681 for there. And we need a RAM for there. It's missing a couple other bits, as I said. I borrowed the 8279 there, well, the Russian thing. It's got a CPU in where the 6821 should be. That's really weird. That's definitely not right. I don't know why I don't know why that's ended up in there. Shouldn't be in there. I don't think it's any good. That should be there. Maybe somebody's diagnosed got a CPU issue and they just sat this in here for safekeeping. I don't know. These two have been socketed. You notice an M1's an early-ish Maygay processor, but it's Maygay back in the day used to get their processor boards off of Procon, PCL they were called back at the time. So the early Maygay machines, not the early ones, the late 80s and early 90s ones used Procon hardware, which is the same as you find in Project Coin machines. And then they just developed their own hardware, and this is like the first version of that called M1. And then they moved on to M1A and M1B. And the unique thing about M1 is there's a lot of logic on it. And when they went to M1A, they realised they didn't need a lot of that and they just got rid of it. Well, they thought they didn't need it. They've done something here on M1 that they got rid of in M1A that I think was a mistake. The processor address and data lines are buffered here. You can see out here we've got the 244s and then the 245. 244s because you only need to send addresses and output. 245 because you need to read data in both directions. It should have an 8930 there. Like I say, that should be a 6821. That should be an 8279. Originally they would come with a 6116 RAM, but this, you see, has had conversion done. Also means we need to have a 1A gallon here. condition wise, it's had some very minor battery damage repaired down here. There isn't much. And everything looks very clean, just a lot of stuff has been replaced. A lot of stuff has been replaced. Something maybe a bit strange under there. No, that's just a crack in the other, isn't it? No. There might be something weird going on over there. We'll come back to that. Maybe some leaf or maybe something bloomed out on it, I don't know. See, that's been replaced. What's that? L4. That's your equivalent of U6. That's your clock. Crystal feels a bit loose. Yeah, I think this is a good candidate for repair. I think it's a good candidate for starting this repair tonight. I'm going to take the 681 and the RAM off the two boards you saw earlier. The boards don't work anyway, and I can always put the stuff back. I could use this known good parts off that yellow board, but I don't want to mess with that because, like I said, well, it's a finished product and I don't want to start taking stuff apart already finished. Speaking of finished products, I think somebody was in the way to restoring this because we've got orange drop capacitors in there where we should have stripy yellow things. So if people know what I'm talking about, they have same sort of case still, but they have colour stripes donating the value. They've been replaced with these audio grade. I think they're audio grade anyway. They're definitely much better orange drops. These three electrolytics have all been replaced. They're brand new, by the looks of it. Speaking of brand, what brand are they? What's your name on them? They look good quality anyway. What else can we see here? That's new. That's new. That's new. New. That's a pull. You can tell but it's a bit faded. Yeah, there's quite a mishmash of parts on this board. Right. So what I will borrow for somewhere is that. Get that away from somewhere. Borrow a gal. I'll program one up. Maybe actually. Don't know. Have I still got the files to that? If I don't have them, I can get them. We'll get this out. And keep a hold of that because that'll come in handy for something else that we're doing. I think I've got something in the cupboard with that on. Maybe I need to replace this socket as well, but is it okay? Let's zoom right in and see. The jury's out. Very, very black pins there. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Right, let's make a start. First thing to start off with is to get rid of this. Get this. Get this. And power the board up with nothing in it. In fact, I could power the board up with nothing in it just now. Just take this out. And then I can check pins 11 to 19 on this and now. No, that's a genuine 6809. September 93. You get a lot of fake ones that say 2021, 2018, stuff like that, but that's a genuine one. We'll definitely be keeping hold of this. Right. powered up with sod all in it. Let's see. Let's stop at this and zoom. No, I'm fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can see that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19. Okay. Right. Does the CPU have a valid clock? 4, 5, 8, 4, 7. First of all, it's stuck in reset, but that makes sense because there's nothing on the board. So 5. That's Q. 34. That's E, so the CPU has got a valid clock because its system clocks are working just fine. Okay, and nothing is stuck. There's no stuck lines here at the RAM, so that's a good starting point. Yeah, I really need to fix that minus 12 volt. Blow the fuse clean open. Might be a slight fault on that yellow board yet. Right. We'll check for a clock on pin 4. Pin 4. Pin 3. Doing something different with the clocks, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. The clock lines are different. I think the clock circuit's a bit different because pin 4 and pin 3 don't match, but I'm forgetting. I'm working on an M1. So it's a good starting point. They appear to have good power. We can measure that right now. Pop that in there, that should make a good connection. Pop that there. It's a little bit low. Boards sometimes are though. M1 especially. Instead. Might be something I need to look at. That's a little bit low. There might be some. One of these might have gone. There might be some other issue, or there might be a shorted component. Don't know yet. But 4 volts is just a little bit low to me. It's actually coming into the board. Solid 5 volts into the board. Okay. Right. So 68681 RAM. Let me get on with testing. Right. Oh, good focus. I ended up having to borrow the 68681 off the yellow board after all, because the one off that impact board there just wouldn't desolder at all, and I'm not getting desolder station out to do it, so I borrowed the gal as well. I can put them both back, they're in sockets. This RAM came off system 5 board, 6821 came off system 5 board. Not sure I trust this at the minute. We'll leave it anyway. Let's see how we go on. Don't expect this to work, but at least we've got a more complete board now. Okay. Well, that was nice and simple. It boots. So I need to order a 68681 and program a PAL for it because I need to put these back on the yellow board, but it runs. Alright. I'm wondering if this board's only fault then was a CPU being there where the 6821 should be. And we need to put that Russian chip back in there as well. But, yeah. So all we really need to do with this now is finish populating it, I suppose. Yeah, don't you just love it when the things are nice and simple? It really looks like the only thing wrong with this board was a CPU being here where that should be. Sometimes you get that. Sometimes you get people who are new to the hobby or people who don't really know what they're doing. They're just fiddling and they make mistakes like that. But I don't think the previous owner of this board is new to the hobby because he knew, whoever it is knows that these are 8279s. Whoever did this knows that these are 8279s. So I don't know if he made a genuine mistake. Was he tired? Or was that just there for safekeeping? Don't know, but this is a 62256, by the way. It's a Sony chip. It's not a 6264, but that doesn't matter. Any 28-pin RAM will work in there, as long as the pinout's correct. If you want to know why, I'll explain in another video, but honestly, yeah, been on 5 minutes now, no issue. I need to try and figure out a way to connect Rails and an alpha display and stuff up to this, and maybe put a ROM like Manhattan Skylines or Discovery on it. See if we can get it to start up. I can get it to start up in test mode, I suppose. Wouldn't need meters for that. Yeah. To be continued.